Get set for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. From the beautiful grounds of TPC Sawgrass, our opening round coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. Welcome, everyone. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak is walking with the feature group today, and John McCarthy is on the course as well. Rich, there's a lot of money on the line this week. It's the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass. Take me through this course.
Yeah, and none of the players will actually admit that they're going to be a little nervous about that money, but I promise they are. It's just a different golf course. There's no shot that really fits your eye. You have a tee box pointing one direction, a landing area that's a different direction, and a green that sits even more cattywampus than that. It's a golf course you have to have a lot of imagination at and not be afraid to hit the big bender and pull off some of the funkier shots, because you're going to be presented with them quite a few times around here. It's a goofy golf course that linear golfers such as PGA Tour players don't necessarily like.
Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
This one headed out to the left.
Oh, it just barely snuck into the first cut.
And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. That nearly went in. A par putt coming up. Okay, on to the next.
That's a rock solid par right there.
As we take a quick look at the leaderboard, Colin Morikawa is out in front. Let's take a look at the par 5 second.
Drive it out to the right hand side to get yourself a good look at reaching this green in two.
You know, Andrew, I think he's going to go for this one.
Aggressive play on the par 5, and it pays off.
Two big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
Here we go, putt on the way.
Looking to get it really close.
It's gonna go! Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is in a share of 5th place.
Moving up the leaderboard, I like it.
The tee shot at 3.
Par 3, just 177 yards from the back, but this green is always firm. Be wary of that.
All right, the putter can come out now. There's some meat left on the bone with this one. Henny, what do you see in this putt?
This is going to turn ever so slightly to the right.
Oh, this one starts off looking good. And just a tap in as we move on to the next. As we move on to the next hole, we show you he is in a tie for 6th place. Well, they can't all be good. 2 under for the event. He played that one beautifully out of the rough. A chance here to move into the top 5. All right, Henny, what do you see here?
He'll be happy to hold this. 21 foot.
Wow, how about that putt? And now into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. Strong hole, this one, isn't it?
Par 4, 471 yards from the back. Drive it out to the left-hand side to give yourself the best angle for your second shot into this long, thin green.
Okay, that'll work. A chance to move deeper under the card. This putt's for 4 under. That's a good-looking putt, that.
Looking good.
Yes, what a putt. Now on the tee after a birdie. Fired up and ready for more.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Second shot here on the 6th. Gee, it's metronomic here. Green after green. Gee, golf looks easy when you're playing like this.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
And after that hole, this player is currently tied at the top of the leaderboard alongside the ever-present Colin Morikawa.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
Difficult par 4, 451 yards. Water and sand all the way down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right. Find the green with your second and sprint to the next hole, making 4.
And I don't think that's enough out of the sand.
That one will not settle on the green.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
This could be a big moment, trying to save par. A bumpy start through this hole, but what a way to finish.
In the bunker off the tee. Good job getting this back in play.
Going with 5 wood. Okay, nothing spectacular, but safe. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
You know, to my eye, it's looking a little left to right.
This putt on a good line. The par putt. Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is tied for the lead. Time for the tee shot at the par 5. A lot to like about that one. Oh, I can hear the golf claps around the course. Here's the third shot. Okay, green side, a chance to get up and down. Oh, hurry up and pick that one up. Take it right out of the cup. What a great job.
Don't you love it when you don't even need a putter to make birdie? I'm glad we get to see this again. This one should be practiced at home.
As we take a look at the leaderboard, our featured player is in first place with a multiple major champion, Colin Morikawa, in second. Uh-oh, I don't like where this one's headed. The ball is in the fairway bunker. Well, can you even see the hole from there? Henny, how tough will this putt be?
A huge right to left swinger.
3 feet to the cup. And that putt goes. What a great bounce back on this hole.
In trouble off the tee in that fairway bunker with that putt, saves the par. Well done.
There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole. Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this hole.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
We've seen this player time and time again contend for tournaments, and it is no surprise to see him doing it once again this week. It is so fun watching this player. They're in top form.
Okay, let's head to the next. Holding steady in first place after that one. Well, the tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12th. Most players can reach the green. It's just the decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right in those dunes, in the mounds, and little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
As we head to the next tee, he leads by 2 shots. Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 3 13.
So many different levels to this green on the par 3, playing 181 yards from the back. You can get it close. You can even make a hole in one, but watch out if you hit in the wrong spot on the green. It'll be difficult to 2-putt from there.
Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. There's 17 feet remaining to the hole.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Plenty of trouble around this golf course. The 14th, the par 4, represents a number of that.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? And he's down there. You got a read?
This putt back up the hill, moving to the right.
In she goes. Let's head to the next. He'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard.
Let's check out the 15th. It's a par 4.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players. Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there, so finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
That could end up in the rough, and you never know what kind of lie you're going to get. Let's see if the player can make this putt for par.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
And now a tap in for bogey. Here's a look at how things stand. It's a 1-shot lead. We've hit the par 5 16th hole.
fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the second shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do, but watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward second.
Oh, that is just too bad there. Hitting 4.
This is looking good. Are we going to see it drop?
And just to finish off the par. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. He's in first place with Colin Morikawa right behind him. Let's go over to 17, the par 3.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
3 feet left. Okay, moving on to the next. And as we head to the next hole, our featured player is up by 1. Now to 18, the par 4.
Par 4, 462 yards, and you're going to find out what kind of player you are when you tee off here. How brave are you? How much do you trust your swing? If you find the fairway, that's a great start, but the second shot awaits.
This is a 7-iron on the way. That was just a little off target. Let's see how aggressive it becomes out of the sand. This is a 6-footer. And that's how the round comes to an end with a par at the finishing hole. Here's a look at the leaderboard at the end of round 1, and he finds himself in first place.
Well, you always want to see your name on top of the leaderboard, don't you? Still a lot of golf left to play. Chasing pack not far behind.
Well, that'll do it for today, folks. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and the entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalon saying so long, and thanks for watching 2K Sports. Two-K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Welcome back to second round action of the Players' Championship. Welcome back, Andrew Catalon here. Pleased to have you back with us. We've got a major champion in first place. That's Colin Morikawa. Our featured player is sitting in second. Let's get down to the first hole. That is a massive drive. Time for the second shot on the first hole. That's a really nice approach shot. A birdie putt coming up. This could be a big one. So close. A short one left for par. After a quick glance at the scoreboard, our featured player is in second place, just behind Collin Morikawa. This tee shot is looking good so far.
It's a nice day to find another fairway.
This is his third. That's going to work nicely for him. This putt is from 10 feet.
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
He gets that one to drop. As we move on to the next hole, Collin Morikawa sits atop the leaderboard. Teeing off here on the third.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
Hang on. Oh, that was close. Needs this putt to save par. That was close. A tap in for bogey. We've got a multiple major champion sitting atop the leaderboard. It's Collin Morikawa. And now teeing off on a par 4.
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green, the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Danger lurked on that shot, but he landed it just beyond the water and now has a real chance to hold this next putt.
And a tap in left for par. As we take a look at the leaderboard, the lead is 2 for Collin Morikawa.
That's not the shot he was hoping for. Henny, how bad is this lie?
It's not on the fairway, but it's not bad. It's a good lie in the first cut.
Opting for the 6 iron. Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
You know, Luke, I've heard this metaphor before. Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds an acorn. I believe that rings true in this scenario.
And finishing this hole with a little tap in. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. As we move to the 6th hole, it's a par 4.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
Straight at
A wonderful shot. Well played. A chance for birdie here at the 6th. Job done. Let's head to the next. And that will take him to 7 under.
Time for the tee shot on this par 4 hole.
As you can see, there's a long fairway bunker down the left-hand side that makes you believe there's more room left than you actually have. It's just not there. Players should be looking a little bit further right. If you find the fairway, your second shot should be straightforward. In fact, Luke, I made a 2 here one time, so that shows you how simple this hole can be.
You never know what you're going to get out of the bunker, and this one is coming up short. Seven feet remains. And after that hole, he is slipping in the standings. We've reached the 8th hole. It's a par 3.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
5 wood is the choice. Well, he misses the green. That's a tough one to swallow. This putt for par. What a recovery, Rich.
And a nice, tidy save from the greenside bunker. Nice par.
Teeing off here at the 9th. Wow, he's going to like that one. Okay, that'll play. That's what you're trying to do with a chip shot. Just bring par back in play. That one drops. He is moving up the leaderboard as we move on to the next hole. We begin the second 9 with a par 4. Look at that drive. He got all of it. Setting this one up from about 100 yards away. Currently trailing by 1. This looks right at the pin. What an incredible approach shot. It almost went in. Okay, back-to-back birdies on the scorecard.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Looking at a par 5 here.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going forward in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
This is his second shot.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
He's going to have to do some calculations here because there is the wind playing into.
Just barely snuck into the first cut. Sitting at 8 under. Currently tied for first place. And if this can go down, he'll save par. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Well, if he holds this, it'll be a solid 19-footer.
Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. As we look at the leaderboard, this player sits in second place behind Colin Morikawa.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Second shot here on the 12th. A nice approach shot there, pin high inside the range. A lot on the line here. This putt for a share of top spot. Well, what a way to bounce back. Nice putt to hole. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. The 13th is a par 3.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
Currently 8 under for the tournament. On the tee now, the par 4 14th hole.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
Looks like this one's bunker bound. That was a bit of a miscue. Okay, Henny, this one's found the bunker. Is it lying okay?
This reminds me of my breakfast. Nice fried egg.
This putt is of 9 feet. Sitting at -8 for the tournament.
Time for the tee shot at 15.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course, par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3.
That's a missed green. This one greenside in the rough. Those are the shots you practice over and over at the range. That's a tap-in par. In between holes, let's pop up the leaderboard, and we've got a tie for first between our featured player and Colin Morikawa. Wow, what a swing right there. Okay, this from 210. Currently tied for the lead. This putt to get to 10 under par. Henny is right there.
Yeah, he's got just over 16 feet here.
Tap in birdies. What a beautiful sight. Another birdie. 6 of them on the day. Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he has broken the tie and has the outright lead. Yeah, I like that. That's okay there. That's a safe shot. Henny, how tricky is this one?
Don't be fooled. It starts straight, but there's definite movement to the right at the end.
Short putt goes in for par. Our featured player still sits atop the leaderboard. We finish on 18 with a par 4.
It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green somehow, also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole, probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
This putt's looking good. This is looking better and better. Yes! Halfway through, and they are in first place entering the weekend.
You gotta love seeing your name on top of that leaderboard. He's got to be excited about that. Still, just a slim lead with a lot of golf to play.
Well, that'll do it for us today. For our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long, and we'll see you next time. It's time to prepare for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, brought to you by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. Our third-round coverage of the Players' Championship starts right now. Andrew Catalan back with you. Thanks for joining us today. And Rich, as we check the leaderboard at the start of this third round, our featured player is sitting on top.
He's been playing great. First 36 holes, leads by 2. Again, a good chasing pack out there behind him. But I tell you what, though, he's been looking pretty sharp all around. I'm liking his game.
On the green, that's always mission number 1. All right, John, which way is this putt going to go?
Well, it looks like it's going down the hill, breaking to the right.
Okay, this putt for par, trying to get out of here without any damage. Teeing off now on this par 5.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left, and if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
That's how you take on a par 5.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in two and getting rewarded for it.
Remarkable shot. That's an eagle. He improves to 12 under par for the event. Stepping on to the par 3 third.
Par 3, just 177 yards from the back, but this green is always firm. Be wary of that.
5-iron on the way. Yeah, nothing wrong with that shot right there. Henny, how challenging is this putt?
Setting up this putt 16 feet from the cup.
Wow, cannot believe that did not drop in for birdie. Finishing off that hole. Our featured player likes the way the leaderboard is shaking out, currently in first place. Let's see what happens here on 4.
Par 4, 384 yards from the back. A long snake-like bunker down the right-hand side to a cool little green with all sorts of movement on it. A very fun hole to play indeed.
Ooh, that was unfortunate to say the least. A look at the lie in the greenside rough. This one is 5 feet away. A bogey on the scorecard, and the rest of the field likes to see that.
And now on the tee, coming off a bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum.
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
Lining up the birdie putt here. John, what's the line on this putt?
It looks like this putt will be moving to the left.
As we check the standings, our leader has a 2-stroke advantage. The 6th is a par 4.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
This is his second shot. Currently leading by 2. Yep, that shot safely on the green. This putt is 16 feet to the hole.
Looking for another birdie here.
Didn't judge the speed there. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. And after that hole, they're currently in first place with Victor Hovland in second.
Now teeing off on the par 4 7th hole.
Par 4, 451 yards. All sorts of danger down the left-hand side. Hit your tee shot out to the right. Second shot, find the green. 2-putt and sprint to the tee on the 8th.
That's a really nice shot. 4 feet to the cup. The putt goes in and the lead continues to grow. Over to number 8. It's a par 3.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
Going with 5 wood. What a putt this would be to get to 14 under. That looked good all the way. A 3-foot putt. That one drops. As we head to the next hole, our featured player has a 2-shot cushion. The tee shot at number 9. That's a good one to build momentum on. I'm not sure where this one will end up. The ball settles just off the fairway. Not a bad result right there. He's got this left for birdie. The putt goes in, and that cushion is getting wider. Here's a quick look at how things stand. It's a 3-shot advantage for our leader. That really sounded pure. All right, Henny, what does this look like?
This is looking around 115 yards out.
This one's going right there. Amazing approach into the 10th and a birdie putt on the way. He gets that one to drop. That's the 4th birdie of the day.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
On the tee of the 11th, a par 5.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers on the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going for it in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
Handy effort, that one. He hasn't managed to birdie this hole this tournament. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. We've arrived at a par 4 hole.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Got some good vibes after yesterday. Trying to keep it up again today.
Well, that one is looking like it's going straight down the pipe. Another fine-looking strike, this one. It'll find the green.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
So many different levels to this green. On the par 3, playing 181 yards from the back. You can get it close. You can even make a hole in 1. But watch out, if you hit in the wrong spot on the green, it'll be difficult to 2-putt from there.
Outstanding shot. High quality. And this has been a hole he's unable to take advantage of so far for this event. In she goes. Let's head to the next. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. We've arrived at the par 4 14th hole.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
This is his 4th shot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Well, an untimely double by our leader, and the rest of the field's eyes have lit up. A chance to bounce back here. And he's holding steady in first place after that one.
Teeing off here on the 15th.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players.
Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there. So finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
This putt for a birdie. Getting set for the next hole, a quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 4-shot advantage for our leader. Now to the 16th hole, a par 5.
Ideally, players want to take their tee shots from right to left, start off that fairway bunker and move it left back in the fairway. Anything down the left-hand side can get caught up into those trees and really cause players issues with their layup. You find the fairway, now you have a massive decision to make. Go for it or bail out to the left, thinking that's the safe play. It really is not. You have to be brave and try and find this green with your second shot. If not, it could come up and bite you.
As we move on to the next hole, our featured player has a 6-shot lead. We've reached the 17th. It's a par 3.
Par 3 17th, 137 yards, island green. I've actually seen a caddy throw it onto this green, but with a golf club in your hand, can you hit the green?
He hits a beauty at 17, and now a chance for birdie.
Got a fantastic look upcoming.
And that putt drops, and we move on to the next. After that hole, he still has the top spot on the leaderboard. Out to the 18th tee.
Par 4, 462 yards, and you're going to find out what kind of player you are when you tee off here. How brave are you? How much do you trust your swing? If you find the fairway, that's a great start, but the second shot awaits.
Looks like about a 170-yard shot required here.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be on the green.
Really well done. 6 feet to the cup. I was already writing a circle on the scorecard. And the round will end with a tap-in on 18. Rich, only 18 holes remain, and our featured player has built a nice cushion.
This player so far out front, they really have nothing to worry about except for breathing the final 18 holes. This has been an extraordinary week for them.
Just a phenomenal day. We can't wait to do it again. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. Thanks for watching. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This will be a historic day for one player. It's the final round of the prestigious Players' Championship. Andrew Catalan here, pleased to have you back with us. It looks like another exciting day of action here on 2K Sports, and we're going to bring it all your way coming up next. You think about the confidence this player has after winning in their last event.
Winning breeds confidence, doesn't it? It wouldn't surprise me to see them make another strong one at the title again this week.
Staring down a very long putt here. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
You can be positive with this because it's up the hill and moving left to right.
The putt goes in, and it's a par to open things up.
Steady as she goes. Nice start.
No change atop the leaderboard. Our feature player still out in front. An opportunity here with a par 5.
Drive it out to the right-hand side to give yourself a good look at reaching this green in 2.
That is deep, deep rough. Pulling hybrid out of the bag. He's going to want to take that one over. This is the 3rd.
Puff of breeze moving this golf ball left to right.
This putt left for birdie. John, what's he looking at with this putt?
This looks like it's right around 34 feet to the cup.
Yes, what a putt. Wow, what a shot. Let's see it again. And after that hole, our featured player is in first place. We have a par 3 on this one.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
Henny, what do you see in this putt?
This putt's going to break to the right.
Extending the lead. That is the way you do it.
This guy is putting the lights out of it this week.
And we're on the tee of the par 4 4th hole.
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green, the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Not super tight, but a makeable putt. A long putt remains. This one on a good line. 4 feet remains. He did a great job to limit the damage.
Bunkered off the tee, wasn't able to find the green, but saves the par with that putt. What kind of rhythm is that? It must be tough falling out of bed every day with a rhythm like that.
Well, this is a touch of deja vu, isn't it? Taking this approach on from the same spot.
Ooh, yeah, this one's headed right.
And that one has found its way onto the green. That's a good shot, but some work ahead still. Ooh. A par putt on the table. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. And after that hole, sitting now 20 under par. As we move to the 6th hole, it's a par 4.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Well, this looks a rather familiar position. I feel this approach is from the same spot as yesterday.
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
It's a little tricky to see. It's not a straight putt. There is a bit of right-hand movement at the end.
And let's have one more look at that shot. Now 21 under for the tournament.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
Difficult par 4, 451 yards. Water and sand all the way down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right. Find the green with your second and sprint to the next hole, making 4.
Let's go down to Henny.
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
That's another green and reg.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Before we move on to the next hole, we show you that our leader is up by 6. Time now for a par 3.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person. Oh, this is good.
And just a tap in left for birdie. And that counts. That's the 5th birdie of the day. Okay, let's see how things stand. Our featured player is ahead by 7. Now to 9, the closing hole of the opening 9. It's a par 5. I think he likes that one. I like that one. Here's the 3rd shot. That was really well played. 8 feet remains.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Here's the tap in for par. Let's move on to the next hole, but before we do, he is up by 7 shots on the leaderboard. We start the back 9 here at the 10th hole. A lot to like about that one. Target practice with these approach shots, just like that.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shots.
That nearly went in for birdie. Wow, you hit an approach shot like that and still come away with a par. That is a bummer.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Welcome to the par 5, 11th hole.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers on the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going for it in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
Bring your bucket and spade. This is heading for the bunker.
Yes, next one from the beach. Well, that should save them. That one from the sand. A chance for a birdie if this goes down. And he's done it. He's holed it, and that means he extends his lead. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
Par 4, 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
And he's setting this one up from almost the same spot as yesterday on this hole.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
A wonderful shot and a birdie opportunity coming up at the 12th.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Sitting at 25 under as we head to the next. This one's a par 3.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. The 14th is a par 4.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
This would be a great up and down. Wow.
Nicely done. Good chip shot.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard.
We've hit the par 4, 15th hole.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course. Par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3.
This shot is about 170 yards. This is a 7-iron on the way. Another good shot from our leader. We've got 18 feet to the cup. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
This one is breaking left to right.
And just a tap in left for par. And after that hole, still in front on the leaderboard. Teeing off here on the 16th hole.
Fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the second shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do. But watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward second.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
On the green in 2. How about that?
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Come on. This putt from 6 feet away.
This is to make a deposit in the birdie account.
He makes the putt and extends his lead. Taking a look at the leaderboard, he's got the lead. Okay, it's a par 3.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
Okay, back-to-back birdies. Things are heating up.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
He's made his way to 18 with the lead. Time to get it done. Our leader has done it again.
Man, people usually don't go that far on vacation. What a drive.
Looking at my yardage book, it looks like about 140 yards remain.
Ooh, looks like it's sailing left here.
You really got to hit the green there. A critical bunker shot here, and if it drops, he'll win the event.
Do it. Come on. Come on.
One putt away from the king of TPC Sawgrass. Our featured player wins the Players' Championship.
And outlasting the strongest field on the PGA Tour. Great win.
Rich, just an incredible performance, back-to-back wins on tour.
It takes a lot of mental fortitude to win not just once, but back-to-back weeks. Job well done.
So that will do it for today. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you next time.